Let's touch on King of the Ring for a minute. King of the Ring was the June pay-per-view in 2002 and in 2001. And now King of the Ring is done away with here. And the June show, instead of it being King of the Ring, is now Bad Blood. Why was the decision made to sort of move away from King of the Ring?
Fuck King of the Ring. One day we're sitting there, we're talking about what we're going to do for King of the Ring. Why are you thinking King of the Ring? We do King of the Ring every year. It sucks. So Vince wanted to get away from the King of the Ring. He was tired of the tournament concept. Didn't want to do it. So it was that easy. One day he came in and said, we're not doing King of the Ring anymore. Stop thinking that way. Get outside of the box and move forward. Let's come up with something else.
Let's talk briefly about some other news and notes going around in the company. It's reported here that Nathan Jones got upset and threatened to quit and return to Australia recently, but was eventually talked into staying by Johnny Ace. And the talk of the locker room is that Ace sort of persuaded Jones to stay by giving him a pay raise. And of course, Keller says these reports are unconfirmed. What do you remember about Nathan Jones? It feels like he was never all the way in on this.
He really wasn't. And then Johnny went and says, oh, if you're upset, we'll give you more money and you won't have to work as much. How about that? No, and that's not what happened. Johnny, if Johnny did talk to him and or Vince, whoever the hell it was, Nathan wasn't all in. Nathan didn't want to be here. He was homesick and he was really yearning to be back in Australia and wanting to get away. And he didn't like the work schedule, didn't like being on the road all the time, and didn't like being away from his home country. So he was tired and wanted to get out. You frustrate me, man.
You're doing too much. Keller reported that Rocky Johnson, The Rock's father, was released from his training duties in Ohio Valley, and Keller freestyles, not much of a surprise because he stopped going shortly after he signed the contract. What do you remember about The Rock's pop and OVW?
It was a situation where Rocky thought, hey, that'd be a really great thing to move to Kentucky and to be a part of the program and get involved with the developmental system. And man, I think he really missed being in Miami and realized that Louisville wasn't for him and he was ready to move on. So it didn't work out right away. And thank God they realized it quickly. It wasn't going to be a fit and Rocky wanted to go back to Miami.
Around the same time, Keller reports that the Road Warriors worked a dark match at the SmackDown taping, but they're not expected back in here. What was the rap on the Road Warriors here in 2003?
That obviously they weren't the Road Warriors of old, but we, out of respect and out of friendship, said, yeah, come on in, man. We'll take another look at you. And if it's one thing, you'll always get from the guys on the phone, I'm in the best shape of my life. By God, I just did 6 hours on cardio. And then I went and I swam an ocean and so on and so forth. And then they get there and they're not in shape and they're not what they used to be. So it was a courtesy, but there was never really any serious consideration at all to bring him back.
Let's talk about Christian. This is in the Torch around this time, and it's one of my favorite stories. Quote, Christian has been asked several times in the past to change his look, but is always against cutting his hair. The premise of an intercontinental title run may be the incentive that finally persuaded him to make the change. Did Christian I'm not cutting my hair unless you give me the belt?
No, it was a heart-to-heart with Vince McMahon where, well, pal, frankly, I don't have anything with a guy that looks like this. However, if I had a guy that was cleaned up a little bit and maybe not all this crap hanging down on his shoulders and a little different outfit that looks like an athlete and not some hippie or out there in California or Canada or wherever the hell you're from, I might be able to do something with him.
You know how whenever like a basketball player is traded to another team, ESPN will like Photoshop the new jersey on him immediately and run it on their programming. Have you seen that before, Bruce?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you're a big ESPN
Well,
guy.
you know what? Actually, no, I actually have because my son keeps ESPN on 24/7, and if he's in the house, it's on.
You know, even there, you fucked it up. You said it keeps ESP on.
I said ESPN.
No, you didn't.
Just sounds like I said I was being a peeing.
That's great.
ESPN.
I knew you were going to say that. I have ESP over here too. Hey, so here's in my head, and let's just go with it for a minute.
Okay.
Vince McMahon has someone in the graphics department do a Photoshop of what Christian would look like with short hair and different gear, and he puts the Intercontinental title on him. So I feel like he maybe shows him a picture of him present day with the Velocity logo behind him. Like, here's where we are now, and here's where we could be. It's almost like you're at the optometrist. Better one, better two. And on the second one, he's got new gear. He's on Raw. He's got the Intercontinental title. He's got the short hair. And then Jay Reso says, I'm going to go with the second one, boss. Where can I get that ring gear? Give me those damn clippers.
I love it, pal. God damn it, that title's yours. Imagine what it could look like. Get that damn over the shoulder garment off of you. And that hair, it's gotta go. Gotta go.
It's amazing.
What's with the whiskers, pal? Ugh.
The figure circling the WWE office at this time is that Torrie Wilson's issue had sold over 1 million copies, which is up from the magazine's average of around 800,000. Man, how over was Torrie Wilson and Playboy in the locker room?
Probably over like Rover, I would have to say, man. Torrie was one of the most. See, here's the thing about Torrie. You can't even think about. Well, yes, you can. You can't even think about Torrie like that because she's so damn nice, and she's so beautiful, and then she's so sweet.
What are you talking about? You can't think about her like that. Roll Tide. Yes, you can.
So anyway,
so the magazine was pretty popular in the locker room, huh?
Yes, and of course, Torrie was like everybody's little sister, so it was kind of hard.
All right, let's move on.
Have I told you what I'm helping people with in my real life? Yeah, I'm helping them save money over at savewithconrad.com. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go get yourself a quick quote. Interest rates have improved, and people are realizing, hey, now's a chance to save some cash. And I'm talking to you, if you're still on the fence about buying a house, we can get you out of that apartment, tell your landlord to kiss your grits, and get you into a brand new house. You can do that with 5% down, with 3.5% down. And yes, there are still no money down options available in 2024. SaveWithConrad.com is your first step. We're going to ask you, hey, where are you now and where would you like to be? And we're going to get you on a path to fit those short-term goals, but really meet the long-term goal that we all want. And that's to appreciate the American dream. The American dream isn't to give 29% of your gross monthly income every month until you die to some banker. No, you want to own that thing for real. Your own piece of land for you and your family, your legacy. And we want to help you get one for yourself at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket. And maybe you've already got a house, but it'd be nice if you could pay a little less. We're routinely finding a way to help our podcast listeners combine all of their debt, and I mean all of it. Credit cards, personal loans, even car payments. Get it into one low monthly payment. Not only is it a better interest rate, it's also a greater tax deduction, but maybe most importantly, a much cheaper payment. We're routinely helping our podcast listeners save $500, $600, $700, even $800 a month. But how much can you save? Find out right now at savewithconrad.com.
You guys, the housing market's really good right now, too, for you folks out there that are thinking of making a change in your overhead or your living conditions. Now's not a bad time to make that move. Nowhere better to do it than savewithconrad.com. He's going to save you money. He's going to be honest. And it's like dealing with a friend, an educated friend. And boy, there's a lot of uneducated and unfriendly people in that world. Conrad Thompson is not one of them.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Jim. Check out our reviews online. You're going to see we've got more than 1,000 5-star reviews. Customer service is what it's all about. We want to be your mortgage advisor for life. So there's no application fee. There's no credit report fee. We just want to talk, man. Hey, tell us where you are and tell us where you want to be, and we'll try to help you get a plan to get there. We want to be your advocate, your humble advocate at savewithconrad.com.
Attaboy, Connie. Look at those cheeks, ladies. Look at those cheeks, ladies and gentlemen. My God.
How could you say no to that, right?
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.